This is 3 News Daily.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3 News Daily on this Monday, October 30th. I'm Stephanie Haney. Thank you for being with us here in Northeast Ohio. We start today with developing news. 2 teenagers were killed and 4 people were injured during a shooting in Mansfield Friday night. Mansfield police say a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old were pronounced dead at the scene. Police tell us it happened at a house party on Ferndale Road where 30 to 50 people were gathered. We have obtained the 911 call from the incident, which we'll play part of now. But first, we want to warn you, it is disturbing.
I'm scared to go out there, ma'am. I am scared to go out there, out in the living room. He's gasping for air.
Tough to listen to there. Now, police have not named a suspect as of now. We are working to gather more information for you. Please stay with us as the story develops. Now, today, officials are heading back to East Palestine to tour the areas affected by the February 3rd Norfolk Southern toxic train derailment. Norfolk Southern will give an update on what's next as the cleanup continues. Just last week, the EPA said more than 165,000 tons of contaminated soil and more than 39 million gallons of liquid waste have been removed from the site, and they'll continue to monitor for contaminants. Now to the latest on the United Auto Workers strike. The UAW leadership have reached tentative deals with Stellantis and General Motors. If approved, the new Stellantis contract will give employees a 25% raise over the next 4.5 years. And the UAW's tentative agreement with GM also includes a 25% wage increase over the next 4.5 years. Both deals have to be ratified by union members before taking effect. UAW leadership and Ford leaders approved a tentative agreement last week. Now, there was another school bus safety task force meeting this morning led by Governor Mike DeWine. They're looking at several key issues that need addressing to improve safety. That includes the current shortage of school bus drivers and things like bus maintenance, inspections, and even the possibility of adding seatbelts. This is the 4th of 5 planned public meetings. The task force hopes to present a report with recommendations by the end of the year. Now, in Cleveland Heights tonight, the Jewish Federation of Cleveland will hold a vigil for the over 200 innocent civilians who were taken hostage by Hamas in the Middle East. They say the goal is to lift up their voices in prayer and demand the immediate and safe return of the hostages. It starts at 6 p.m. at the Hebrew Academy of Cleveland. If you're interested, you can register for the event on the Academy's website. And over the weekend, community leaders from different faiths came together to pray for peace. Leaders of Christian, Muslim, and Jewish faiths were all together at the Fairmount Presbyterian Church to pray for hope, healing, and peace overseas in the Middle East and also here at home in Cleveland. They emphasized that this is a time for unity.
Communities of faith can work together to stop hatred. Communities of different faiths can learn from each other and grow closer to God.
The leaders say together they prayed for peace, equality, healing, and for an end to the war between Hamas and Israel. Now in Strongsville, it is the end of an era as the city's Castle Park closes for good today. We were there as community members enjoyed the nice weather at the park on Friday. Castle Park was built in 1991, but will now be torn down as the city creates a new town center that includes a new playground, a splash pad, pickleball courts, and a food truck area. The city is also adding new walkways and trails to better connect the entire area. All right, before we go, it wouldn't be Halloween without Myles Garrett showing off his spooky display. This year, he took inspiration from the Jeepers Creepers horror films. He continued the tradition of using Halloween as an opportunity to joke about sacking quarterbacks. This year, he included references to Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, and Justin Fields in his display. And those pictures you saw there at the beginning, that was Myles showing up to the game yesterday in Seattle wearing a full creeper costume. He really went all out this year. He really loves Halloween. You can definitely tell. We got to give him that. He's got that love for the holiday. Now, the end of the Browns game, that was a little bit scary for Browns fans. But what are you going to do? They did what they could with what they had, right? All right, thank you very much for being with us for today's edition of 3 News Daily. Wherever you're watching or listening, we appreciate you. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more of your top stories from around Northeast Ohio.